Greetings, everybody. Welcome to my review for Perfect Strangers, the complete series, coming to you August 25th from Warner Brothers. This copy review is brought to you by AV Entertainment. That's Allied Von Entertainment. Big thanks to them. You can pre-order a copy of this on Movie Zing's website. That's moviezyng.com. You can check out all their glorious things they have for you up there. This Perfect Strangers release covers all 8 seasons from 1986 to 1993. The sitcom starring Mark Lynn-Baker and Bronson Pinchot comes in this set here. It's we all have some of them in our collection. This isn't our favorite way of packaging. However, I will say the plus side of the Perfect Stranger set is that these aren't stacked like discs stacked upon discs upon discs. It's all 17 discs. This part comes out, the spindle. So you have back here, season 8 all by itself here, right there. Behind is an episode guide for all the episodes. Season 1 and season 8 are each a disc apiece because they only ran 6 episodes each. Kind of an interesting bookend for the series. And then a couple of the seasons, I think we're starting with season 5. So season 2, 3, 4 are 2 discs, and then 5, 6, 7 are 3 discs, as you'll see here. So we got these, just all the discs look the same. The spindle is nice pink and white going through here. Yeah. So not everyone's favorite way of packaging. We have our gripes, but this is considered shelf friendly, and the way they do things now. This coming out was a surprise to many of us. I don't think anyone had Perfect Strangers hitting Blu-ray on the radar this year, but a pleasant surprise. The show, of course, the sitcom was shot on film, so it can make an easy transition over here. I am to this day still a very big Perfect Strangers fan. I grew up on this show. I've never actually gone back and done a revisit. I've dabbled back and forth and stuff when it's been on streaming and such, and I got behind on DVD buying, and I was like, oh, that's gonna be a lot to buy all these, and then this pops up, and voila, we'll go back through Perfect Strangers properly. I grew up on this show. As a kid, I watched this is one of the shows I watched regularly. Later, sometime in its run, after it becomes a hit, they pair Head of the Class with it, which is if you know, I've reviewed those DVDs, which they still haven't released season 5 of Head of the Class on DVD, but we're talking about Perfect Strangers. This show, I just love the friendship. Bronson Pinchot was great, even though we have a regular guy doing an accent from another country for a whole 8 years on a sitcom. But hey, things are what they are. It's nowhere near the Fisher-Stevens short circuit thing going on there. So, but this show turns 40 this year. What a way to celebrate. Unfortunately, yeah, it's the show. Spoiler, there's no extras on it. But I love this show a lot. I recall, like, my grandma and I used to talk about this show all the time. She watched it. So someone I knew that watched the show. And this one, so everybody has stuff they watch over holiday seasons and stuff, but yeah, Hanukkah, Christmas time. Perfect Strangers actually has gone into my sister and I's lexicon of we gotta watch it, their episode of Christmas Story, but we call it the Christmas Boy because it's a funny thing with Larry and his history with Christmas and traditions and stuff. So that episode I have seen plenty of times, and it's a funny one. I've noticed it's rated pretty highly among sitcom holiday episodes and the like. But this is a great comedic duo. It's a very fun, modernized, for the time, take on The Odd Couple. It's a Chicago-based show, which I talked about on the summer of '86 at 40, how appropriate, and got Perfect Strangers turned 42, how Chicago used to be a more utilized city in television and film, and Perfect Strangers takes place in Chicago. So it's a very fun show. I don't know how it would hold up to the youth of today or younger people, but for an old person like me, I like that I can go back to Perfect Strangers now and on Blu-ray as well. What's your favorite episode of Perfect Strangers? There's a lot of them over 8 years, but let me know down there. I'll share that my favorite one before I do a full-on rewatch of it and everything has been the Piano Movers in season 4, episode 4. Like I said, my grandma used to talk about the show. We used to talk about this episode all the time. It's hilarious. So before Friends had Pivot, we had Perfect Strangers, Larry and Balky moving a piano up many flights of stairs, and it's hilarious. It's based off a Laurel and Hardy short or movie or something from back in the day. Someone might reviewing or watching my review might know a little more than me on that. Share with us in the comments. But yeah, I like that episode a lot, and it's one I can always recall, and I always think back to Perfect Strangers on that. I did see, when I was looking up a little before this, I did see somebody rate it as one of the 10 worst episodes of all time, which is crazy. But it seems to be generally liked in the series run of episodes elsewhere. So, yeah, Perfect Strangers. I give it a 4.5 out of 5. I'm very biased, I must say. I grew up with this show. I still like this show. And I'm very excited to own it and go back through it. So there we go. Going to the video. This is encoded in MPEG-4 AVC with the original aspect ratio of 1:33:1 for a 1080p HD picture. Looks gorgeous. Like I said, this thing was shot on film, so it easily translates here. It's got some solid depth of field here. Very much crisper image. Nice layer of film grain on there, and details and colors look really bold and strong, and you can see textures and all sorts of stuff. I don't think it's gonna like blow anyone away, but at the same time, it's a really awesome looking image and unbelievable to watch an 80s sitcom looking this good in the year 2026. That's 40 years old, but here we are. I will say though, I don't think they didn't really have source materials for everything, because starting in season 3 and running to the end of the series, they go with a new intro. And there's a part where Larry's driving on the freeway and he looks up at the now entering Chicago sign. The now entering Chicago sign is definitely in video, old video stuff. And it has a wipe that goes up for Larry and Balky running in a park. And that's also very SD, but like very poor image quality. But that's probably in the source and the best they could do with that. And then a lot of establishing shots throughout the series they might not have them for, and you'll see they're kind of like noisy and things like that. But that's the best they can do with it. It's in the source. But the best they could, they have everything there. So I'm giving them a 4.5 out of 5. 4.5 out of 5, yeah, for the video score. Pretty awesome. Going to the sound, the audio, it's got an English 2.0 DTS HD master audio. You can put English SDH subtitles on with that. Sounds good. Nothing super strong over the moon. Some episode qualities vary in it. Some sound a little more, a little bit muffly. Probably just depends on the materials that we're lying around. But for the most part, this will get you by. This is solid. Good balance and stuff and variance in there and stuff like that. So I don't really have much to say about the audio other than it's fine. Go through them, give them a 4 out of 5, so it's on the better side of fine. As I mentioned, 0 on the extras. There are none, but we're getting Perfect Strangers on Blu-ray. I'll take it. I don't know if the DVDs had anything on them to begin with. Someone who had them, let me know in the comments, but nothing's ported over if there was. But here we go. So let's go back through it. I give the series a 4.5 out of 5, as well as the video. Audio 4, a 0 for the extras. So let's give it mathematically, it's a 3.5 out of 5. But ultimately, if you're wanting to watch Perfect Strangers and you're wanting to watch it in HD with these nice high quality remasters here, this is the way to go. I'm sure this is going to have a pretty hefty price point when it first comes out. You may want to watch the price go down, but if you can't wait, I suggest you order it from moviezing.com. That's moviezyng.com. I have a link directly to Perfect Strangers on here. You can pre-order below. Please use that. I'm an associates member at MovieZing. That'd be great. So appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to let me know your favorite episode of Perfect Strangers in the comments. I want to hear them. I want all the Perfect Stranger fans to come out. I know you're there. We love the show. And yes, appreciate you watching. And as always, stay film positive.